Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. In today's episode we're looking back at a web series project that I had worked on a couple of years ago. This project is called Zombie Killers, and in my head it was an extremely cool concept dealing with a parallel universe filled with zombies. The idea behind it was that the world we lived in had a zombie outbreak, but unlike many other zombie movies where the zombies take over the world, regular humans and zombies manage to find a sort of equilibrium and live together in some sort of semi-harmony. Being a humorous series and wanting it to be different than other shows, I had made a conscious decision to make the zombies sentient, therefore able to feel and think for themselves. Obviously not to the full intelligence of regular humans, but at least a semi-state of consciousness, making the zombies treacherous because, well, they want brains, but at the same time human and sometimes cute in their ways because of the emotions that they have. One of the biggest challenges that we found while filming these episodes was the whole makeup process. Zombies are, after all, the undead, and short of finding real-life zombies, it was pretty important for us to create cool-looking zombies. Since our budget was extremely small for each episode, we did have to get creative with the makeup that we applied. In the first episode that we filmed, we used this makeup artist called Arthur Hermans, and he did a really good job applying a fake prosthetic jaw with teeth and a bunch of face makeup. I remember that even though the makeup looked cool, it was very interesting for myself having these fake teeth because, well, I wasn't able to eat, drink, or even speak too much throughout the shoot, as the prosthetics didn't really allow for that. For the other two episodes that we filmed, we used Sarah Guinan, who is another really talented makeup artist, and in that episode we wanted to go a little bit bigger with the makeup, so we went as far as buying some white contact lenses to give the zombies even more unhuman-like features. Also, because the theme of that episode was a little bit more anime-like and Karate Kid themed, we wanted to make a conscious transition in the zombie's hair, giving him a sort of Dragon Ball Z Goku hairstyle. This makeup was pretty different than the previous episode we filmed, but we needed to go into more detail with this particular zombie as we were doing a bunch of close-ups. As for the third episode that we filmed, that presented the biggest challenge because we wanted to have a bunch of zombies chasing a woman. Having only one makeup artist, this meant that we had to get creative on how much makeup we could apply on each zombie. So in order to rectify that, we put the best makeup on the zombies that we knew were going to get close-ups, and then applied much less makeup on the zombies that were only going to be seen in the distance. Still, even though we didn't have the biggest budget and the longest production time, I'm really amazed at how much detail we were able to create with the amount of time that we had creating those episodes. With that being said, I don't think the project would have been able to be completed without the help of Nourdine Zerad, who directed 2 episodes in the series, and Thierry Uitenhoven, who directed 1 episode. They both felt very passionate about creating a zombie world, and together we had written a 10-episode arc of short shorts that would have been an introduction to a larger series of zombie shorts within the world of Zombie Killers. Having a restricted budget, well, we decided to at first film only 1 episode of the series, but once we saw the result of the first episode, we thought it'd be nice to add 2 more and make it a trilogy, with hopes that we could figure out funding for at least 7 more episodes. That being said, Noon really wanted to make the world look super cinematic, as he's an avid fan of Hollywood cinema. That's why the first episode we filmed was in a very American-like alleyway filled with smoke and all the grit that we'd expect from a big American downtown city area at night. Also, many episodes in the series were to take inspiration from known pop culture franchises. The alleyway episode is entitled Zombie and the Tramp, that alludes to the Disney cartoon Lady and the Tramp, and is a zombie parody of the spaghetti scene between the 2 dogs in the Disney animation. And yes, filming the scene with all the fake blood was pretty downright disgusting, but it does make for good humor, so all worth it. The other episode that was directed by Noon is entitled Zombie Kid, and is a parody of Karate Kid, mixed in with a bit of anime-like action. This episode really is to be taken to the second degree and is supposed to represent a light slice of life within a zombie world, and myself being a fan of martial art films, I think it was a dream come true to be able to mimic some of these scenes from the Karate Kid and blend them into a horror comedy. As for the third episode, directed by Thierry Uitenhoven, that one took more of a straight horror direction with hints of humor to it. In this episode, we have a girl running away from a herd of zombies as she is losing clothes little by little. This one was a little bit more complicated to film simply because we had to deal with more actors and makeup throughout the day. Luckily, between myself filming the behind the scenes footage, Noon operating the camera, and Thierry directing, we came up with something that is professional looking. That being said, the series didn't really take off the way that we wanted. The reason we did the first 3 episodes was to create a Kickstarter campaign that would enable us to film the rest of the series. We launched the campaign but barely got any interest, which in the end it's not a big deal. We had a great time filming it, and well, I'm glad with what we did. And just out of curiosity, well, I'll just launch the campaign so you guys can see what we had filmed, well, for that Kickstarter.
Bonjour, mon nom c'est Thierry Uitenhoven, je suis producteur, scénariste et réalisateur sur la série Zombie Killer.
Hi, my name is David Neyts, and I'm one of the producers and writers of the series entitled Zombie Killers. An over-the-top horror comedy about a world overtaken by zombies and a human population living with them. One of the key aspects of this project is that zombies residing in this world retain some of their personality and therefore create very comedic situations amongst each other and the human fighting the constant threat.
C'est une petite série humoristique qu'on a voulu créer avec tout cet univers de zombiesque, avec tous les codes du film d'horreur, en se disant que les zombies feraient partie de notre quotidien. Comment on les tuerait, que tous les personnages, en fonction de leur personnalité, de leur vie, les tueraient chacun d'une manière différente et tout aussi drôles les unes que les autres. Ça dépendait de la situation aussi surprenante dans laquelle on tomberait.
We are going to be releasing the 3 first episodes so that you, the audience, can have a better idea about the sort of comedy that we are aiming for and the characters that reside in this world. We'd love to shoot many seasons of this. But things being more complicated than expected, we want to start with a realistic goal. 3 episodes are already filmed, and we need to shoot 7 more to reach the season 1 goal. At the moment, everything has been funded by us, and therefore, we have been restrained to very easy locations with simple makeup. The final goal would be to make these episodes much bigger, with many zombie deaths, awesome looking locations, and cool costumes. All episodes would be released for free on YouTube, and as we release them, and we're still shooting future episodes, we'd ask the audience to comment on them and give us their idea on how X and Y should die, or what situation they'd like a human victim or zombie to be in. Each donator will receive some sort of package of exclusive rewards, no matter how small their pledges. We hope that you feel as excited about horror as we do, and you'll join us to create the coolest zombie series on the web. Thank you. As you guys can see, the ad campaign was well produced and really showed where we wanted the series to go. Even though we didn't succeed in the ad campaign and making more episodes, well, I'm still proud of what we created with the very small budget that we had. I always say, I'm an artist, and as long as I'm creating, well, that makes me happy. And if along the way I can create something that makes other people happy, well, that's even better. But with that being said, I really hope that you guys enjoyed looking back at all the behind the scenes footage and listening to why and how we created this series of short films. Please consider subscribing and hitting the like button. Leave me a comment too and let me know if you've had a positive or a bad experience filming something or creating a Kickstarter campaign. I love hearing other people's journeys in filmmaking. Okay, that's it. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.